Welcome to the lesson about footprint charts, the very first knowledge you should get before trading. With all honesty, the footprint charts, this is the most important tool in my trading. Based on information it provides, I am taking every single trade, and without footprints, I would feel like I'm trading blind. So really few years ago, I said I am done. I'm done with guessing. What about footprints? This kind of chart provides additional information such as traded volume. So we can know how many buyers and sellers appeared on each price level. I know that if you are new to the footprints, it may look very abstract at first. Oh yeah, by the way, do you recognize this pattern from the previous lesson? It's a nice compression, a zigzag move with the final push. Yeah, but back to the lesson. Footprint chart was created by Market Delta company and was released public in 2003. So this is amazing that it was over 20 years ago, and I heard about this for the first time kind of 3 years ago. So footprint charts is nothing new. I know that there are plenty of new groups using footprints, especially in the past half year. Everyone wants to share how to use this, but this is nothing new. This is already over 20 years old chart type. Just wasn't not popular for a really while. And the company, even if it not exists right now, they still have their YouTube channel. You can find them very easily, and they recorded and left there almost 200 videos. So very good additional knowledge. But I hope after this course, just few slides, you will know the basics about footprint, and then you will be able to use them to find your entries. This is the ES chart, S&P, and what I want to say is that for each price level and each bar, the footprint displays the quantity of market orders. Yeah, the market orders that were traded at each price level. And if you remember from one of the first videos, ES moves by 1 point as a 4 ticks. Yeah, so each tick is worth 25 cents of the price difference. So for example, the round number 4800, there were 102 sell contracts before 284 sell contracts. Yeah, so it shows the quantity of sellers and buyers which already joined the market. The numbers on the left show the volume of contracts that were sold, and this is bid side. Yeah, the left column, the whole column is called bid, and the numbers on the right side show the volume of contracts that were bought, and it's called ask. So we have bid and ask on each candle. And this is a completely basic knowledge. And now I want to show you some confusions, because as I said, all we see on footprint chart are executed orders. So not only market live orders, like we are trading, or most of us use market execution, but on footprint we also see the limit orders. And here comes the biggest confusion, that buy limit orders are on the bid side. So on the bid we have aggressive sellers, but also passive buyers, so buy limit orders. And sell limit orders are on the ask side. So it's crazy, right? So it is important to say that footprint chart, it cannot predict the future. If you understand what is happening right now at the current moment, you can make better decisions about what might happen in the near future. So that's why I use footprint charts only when price reach my point of interest, my zone, my key level. Only then I am focused on footprint chart. To not get these confusions, that what I see is really what I want to see. So, yeah, the footprint reading. When I'm waiting for a setup, this is very important. Try to not watch the footprint chart, just to avoid all these confusions about what kind of orders are going. So at the beginning, I'm looking for my zones of interest and key levels, and when price is reaching my zone, only then I prefer to be focused on footprint charts, to analyze the orders and the way the price was delivered to the zone or key level. Yeah, and this footprint chart is different than on the previous slide, because here I have bid and ask on the left side of the candle, and I set the delta on the right side. And you remember what is delta? I mentioned about this on the supply and demand part. Delta displays a positive or negative number. Negative delta represents how many more contracts, like here, how many more contracts were sold on the bid versus when the price was asked. And positive delta, like for example here, is highly positive delta, represents how many more contracts were bought at the ask versus when the price was bid. So it is in theory, of course, in trending market, like here, we have highly positive delta, etc. So more buyers. But as I said, in theory, we cannot forget about the passive orders. Yeah, the creators of footprint chart, the market delta, they were teaching that the bid and ask should be read diagonally, so like this. And this is why all the imbalances tools for every platform are showing diagonal results. So that it means here that 527 hit the offer of 576. 176 hit the 198, etc. So the creators are telling that it should be read in that diagonal way. But however, the delta and volume is calculated horizontally. Here we have the difference from the horizontal, 970 and 1178. The difference is 208. This is the delta. Also the volume. This is the sum of these two parts. So this is why when I was trading only 6B contracts as GBP USD, I used to read the whole footprint chart horizontally, and that was for me logical, even if that was not with the concept from market delta. And yet, even the cluster delta, my good friends on my request created the tool to find imbalances that way. Yeah, we have here the price ask is equal to bid, so it's read horizontal, and if you use the MetaTrader you can use the diagonal way, that ask is above the bid. But this horizontal way of reading footprints really was working for me well. So I can show you here, for example, that's from MetaTrader, the old way. I was looking for imbalances not diagonally but horizontally, and I was finding then my areas and key levels for reversals. Yeah, here was the bearish move, liquidity grab, price broke this 53 to the 0 and left by breaking the support, left the imbalance of 33 to the 0 on the buyer's side. And the cluster delta is showing this automatically, and just matter of the settings, of your settings. So that horizontal way was working for me brilliant. So that's why here I know that you can be confused. So as a summary, to be honest, I wouldn't be focused on which way of reading the footprint is correct, which one is better, diagonally or horizontally. Anyway, my biggest focus is to analyze the delta. The delta when price is reaching the zone or key level. The difference between bid and ask shows me the aggressiveness of the move. This is why my trading is called absorption based. I love this aggressivity. I am not focused so much on what is happening on the bid side. When I'm looking for entry, I need to see some specific delta, which I will mention in my entry criteria. So the delta for me matters the most. So I'm not focused if the 176 hit the 198 or 576. For me it doesn't matter. I want to see the delta, difference, who was more aggressive. This is for me logical. I don't need to know exactly how much sellers or buyers appeared. I want to see how much more buyers or sellers are in the current price level. And the next lesson will be more about imbalances, and then later on, finally, about the absorption. So thank you for watching, and let's go to the imbalances to explain you and show you more about the footprint charts. These are just the basics and the most confusing things I met in our Discord in the last 3 years about reading and about these limit orders, what to not forget.